Check 1, 2. Check. Okay, there's some sort of audio coming into YouTube now. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. It's not the mute. It was the interface coming into the system. So sorry about that over there on the YouTube side, folks.
Not getting anything.
You're not getting anything?
No.
Yeah, no, Jenny hears it.
Okay.
Yeah, Jenny hears it. So yeah, I've got audio now, folks. I don't know what happened there. We had the same settings we've always had, but I just went ahead and grabbed this. So let's try that again. Hi, everybody. Yes, TikTok has been going just perfectly. For some reason on the YouTube side, we lost our audio. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cruise Chat Live. How are you? Good to see you all. Oh, my goodness gracious. I don't know what happened. Technology. Oh, let's see. Did I miss any questions on TikTok yet? No, I didn't. All right. So if you guys are new to the channel, normally we don't have technical issues like we just did. You'd think my 32 years in television production and filmmaking would have solved that problem right away. But no, for some reason, the audio from our camera is not making its way to the system today. So how's everybody doing? I'm Walter, your independent travel advisor from Where's Walter Travel. We book your cruises, land, luxury, and expedition. And, you know, if we can help you in any way, our services are 100% free to you. Your memories are priceless, so certainly reach out. Yes, Cindy said the joys of being live, because with live, you never know what's going to happen. That's why we love live TV. So, oh my goodness, look at all these people over here. We got Eric, Sue, Peggy's there, Jenny. Oh, Jenny B. Jenny B. All right, I got a great announcement that involves Jenny B in just about a second. I love this. Rose, Bills fan, Polaka. No, oh my gosh, all these people. Mimi, hi everybody. How's everybody doing? Thanks so much for sticking with us through that little issue there. Tony gave me the okay right before the show, so I'm very, very excited. Tony and Jenny B are scheduled to join us on our Margaritaville group cruise. We just launched their amazing Philadelphia group cruise. It's going to be happening in 2026, but next February, we're going to be on the Margaritaville Islander for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is the very first 6-night cruise for Margaritaville at sea. We're going to be doing Progresso, Key West, and Cozumel. Tony and Jenny B are booked on the cruise, and Tony said, "Hey, we'll do a meet and greet while we're on the ship." So as of right now, they are scheduled to be on the ship. Of course, Tony's schedule and Jenny B's schedule could change at any time, but right now they're scheduled to be on the ship. And Tony said, let's do a meet and greet. So if you all want to meet Tony and Jenny B, and maybe you didn't get signed up for the Philadelphia group cruise, come join us in this February 2025 on the Margaritaville Islander, sailing February 11th through the 17th from Tampa Bay. I got to tell you, folks, the prices are insane. I cannot tell you what the pricing is during the show. I can't even advertise the pricing, but I can just tell you the rates are absolutely insane. And I'm so excited that Tony and Jenny B are going to be coming with us. I've been telling Tony for you got to come on to Margaritaville. You got to come on Margaritaville. So we're going to be on there. So very excited about that, folks. So, hey, by the way, if you like what we're doing, please be sure to hit those like buttons, on TikTok, YouTube, and everywhere else. Rebecca actually gets finger cramps trying to hit so many likes for me. She likes to punch me in the face on TikTok. She really likes to hit me in the face. So, Chris, you've got 7 days to Mardi Gras.
On the nose.
What's that?
A little boop on the
Oh, boop! She's booping me on the nose, is what she says. Hey, Rick, how you doing? Bill's here. Aaron's here. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. So sorry about the technical issues in the beginning, but we are rocking and rolling now. Again, we're so excited that Tony and Jenny are going to be coming with us on the Margaritaville. And another cruise that I just like to mention this one as well, the Alaska Gems of the Final Frontier or the Last Frontier, Oceania Riviera going to Alaska, 12 nights. We have insane pricing on this. I can tell you that we have $1,200 of bonus amenities that are added to that one, which is prepaid gratuities and the drink package upgrade. Plus our pricing is really good on all the rest of it. So if you want to go up to Alaska and you want to join us for 12 nights on a small ship, only 1,200 passengers, this is June 26th through July 8th, round trip out of Seattle. So certainly reach out about that. But yeah, Jenny B, love it. You're excited. Wedding anniversary and vow renewal. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a wedding anniversary. I didn't even know that. I love that. Tony and Jenny B with a wedding anniversary, and of course the big vow renewal. So folks, that vow renewal typically on a cruise, you got to pay for that. Like there's all this extra money to that you got to pay to do a vow renewal with the captain. We're including it in the group cruise. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a whole group of us out there doing it. Oh, that's so exciting. I didn't even know it was a wedding anniversary. So yeah, if y'all want to join us on Margaritaville, come join us. So Cindy said it's better to boot me on TikTok than in person. Trust me, she'll smack me around in person as well. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Good to see you. Love it. Aaron Ross references, hey, how many people remember Crazy Eddie? Our prices are insane. Oh, man, something like there was some big scandal about those guys. I remember that growing up in New York. Used to see them all the time, man. That's great. Rhonda, have we cruised the French Polynesia yet? What line would you recommend? You know, that's a great question. No, we have not actually sailed it yet. However, we have booked guests. I want to say the Norwegian Spirit. That is actually their smallest ship in the fleet. We have booked that one for guests. We have looked at Holland America has an absolutely amazing. Now, if you want to go to French Polynesia without having to get on that big flight to go down or come back, Holland America actually does it from San Diego. You go from San Diego, you go down into French Polynesia. You might go all the way to Australia. I don't think so. And then you come back. So if you want to do it, if you got the time and you don't want to have that big flight, Holland America actually has that. Oceania is down in that area as well. Azamara might be down there. But I can tell you, so no, we've not actually been there. We have planned them for guests. And I want to say it's the Norwegian Spirit that we put the guests on, because that is their smallest ship. They gave her a $100 million upgrade, so she's absolutely beautiful. So if you'd like to talk about it, we have not been there, but we've done quite a bit of research on the cruises down there. It is an absolutely amazing bucket list kind of space. So yeah, absolutely. So absolutely gorgeous. We've been actually looking at quite a few quote unquote bucket list kind of cruises. I've been talking about Azamara more of late with cruising, and we have a client who's looking at Norway. They want to go to Norway. Was that next year or 2026? 2026. By the way, Norway has changed the rules starting in 2026. They delayed the rules. Like in 2026, it was supposed to be you've got to be on alternative fuels. You have to be a certain size in order to go into the fjords. Certain fjords. They're relaxing those rules. They're delaying them. So some of the bigger ships will still be able to get in. I think until 2032 now is the new deadline. But Rebecca found this absolutely amazing Azamara cruise that just hits all the highlights. We talk about Hurtigruten a lot with Norway because they are a Norwegian company. But Azamara actually has a beautiful Norwegian fjords cruise. They don't have 26 out yet. They've got it on 25. We're hoping that's going to come out in 26 so we can go ahead and get that for our clients. So Benny's here. Alex is here. Hey guys, how are you? This is Cruise Chat Live. If you've got any questions at all about cruising that we can answer, feel free to drop them in the comments and we will do our very best to answer. As always, I am Walter, your independent travel advisor, and I am joined by my lovely wife, Rebecca, sitting right off camera. So good to see you guys. Rebecca, just remember, if you try to talk to the YouTube folks, they may or may not hear you. So, but anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. Again, we're talking about, if you just joining us now, Tony has given us the okay to mention that Tony and the lovely Jenny B will be coming on the Margaritaville Islander Group Cruise if you'd like to come join us. And Jenny just said it's going to be their wedding anniversary too. That's so awesome. So awesome. So Valentine's Day, vow renewal. It's going to be fun. And you don't have to partake in the vow renewal if you don't want to. That's okay. So, you can just come on the cruise and enjoy. And now we're going to have a La Lita Loca meet and greet on the ship. So that should be a lot of fun. And it's great because Tony and Jenny B live in that Tampa area. So it's nice and convenient for them to come down. Speaking of Tampa, did you guys all see the news that Oceania is now going to be sailing out of Tampa? And one of the coolest itineraries that they have is it's 20 something days. They're going to go full transit Panama Canal during daylight, so you get to see the entire canal. They're going to stop in Panama City, and then they're going to come back to Tampa. So it's round trip Tampa. So you get to go through the Panama Canal twice in one cruise, which is actually going to be pretty doggone spectacular. But 2026, I think it is, they're going to bring I said Nautica, it's the Insignia. It's the one they're bringing over, which is a sister to the Serena. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ship. So, Aaron, how are you, man? Carnival question. Looking forward to the Carnival celebration in November. Do I know why the XL class abandoned the destination elevators? No clue. No clue at all. I will tell you that on the Vista class, the smart elevators were not well received. I can tell you that our experience with them on MSC was not the best either. However, Royal Caribbean has figured it out. Royal Caribbean on the Icon, they worked really, really well.
And they have them on the Sun Princess too.
Yeah, and on the Sun Princess, and we haven't heard any complaints about them on the Sun Princess yet. But I can tell you that I know people were not liking them as much, and I don't know if it's a first generation elevator where it just keeps stacking people up. I mean, technically you're supposed to hit the button once for every person that's on it, but you got to wait for the elevator to cycle through its thing, hit it again, cycle through its thing, hit it again. So people don't know that. What it really should be is the first thing you enter is how many passengers, and then tell it what deck you want to go to. That's what it really should do. But my guess is that they were just not well received on the Vista. So yeah. Irene, I think you should post that on John Heald's page. Irene wants to know that Carnival has cut the bacon from the buffet. I don't know. I haven't. If anybody's on Carnival right now, are you still getting bacon on the buffet?
From what I understand, it's every other day.
Oh, it's every other day from what Rebecca just said. So
it's still there. It's just every other day.
There you go. So Irene, according to Rebecca, who does not eat bacon,
no, I don't.
It's every other day. Okay. All right. So yeah. So I would, you can always go to your friendly neighborhood John Heald page and ask him. He does do his best to answer the question.
I think that's where I read it. Some comment. I mean, I don't know how old that information was, but.
Gotcha. So yeah.
That's when I read it. They were doing it every other.
Okay. So. Emily, how are you? Good to see you. Hello across the pond. So yeah, your day has just finished up. I bet you are tired. We are exhausted ourselves. We just, thanks to all of you. Cheers to everybody. For the third time this year, we had our best month ever in travel booking. So thanks to all of you. Cheers to everybody out there. It has been a crazy, crazy month, end of the month. And now going into September, it's going to be a crazy one too. But thank you to everybody who has allowed us to be your travel partner. Thank you to Tony and Jenny who are allowing us to be their travel partners. Sean and Stef, Cruise RX, the Joy of Cruising podcast. They're just amazing travel partners. And of course, if you were with us yesterday, we had the always awesome Gary Bembridge on the show. If you didn't see it, go back and watch the replay on YouTube. He was amazing. And we are one of only 2 travel agencies in the United States that Gary recommends to his followers. So, thank you to all of you for supporting us, and thank you to all of us for, letting us do what we do. We really, really do enjoy it. We love helping you guys plan vacations. We do the absolute best we can. We're humans, we try our very, very best to get it right every single time. So, Jenny, you are amazing. I still got to tell you, when we had that first conversation with Tony and Jenny about possibly working with them, we literally had no idea. We had no idea that's what the conversation was going to be. And Jenny about knocked me off my chair when she said she was considering potentially working with us. And I can't thank you enough, Jenny. You are like the most amazing. You're an inspiration to us, you, Tony, and all y'all are just such an inspiration. Thank you so very much for all you do. Hey, Alex, question for Norwegian Cruise Line. Can you apply multiple cruise next to the same booking? If you're in a balcony or above,
most number of months out.
Yeah, you got to be a certain number of months out. And if you're in a balcony or above, you can apply 2. I think with the Haven, it might be more than 2. But I know with a balcony and above, you can apply 2. I bet Jenny knows. Jenny has booked
Now
so
that's
many
not
Norwegian.
with the cruise first. With
Yeah.
the cruise first, you can only do 1.
Yeah, cruise first, you can only do 1,
Cruise
but with
next.
cruise next, you can definitely do multiple. So Joe is here. Good morning, Joe. How are you? Good to see you. Let me see. Irene, Gary. Oh, Gary was great. I should get Steph soon. You know, Steph is so busy. I would love to have Stephanie come on our live show. She is so busy. She just had the most amazing costumes for Mickey's Not So Scary. She was Judy Hopps and her sister was Nick. Oh my God, they were absolutely amazing. So one day we'll get Steph on. She's just busy.
Honestly, I think part of the problem now is since she's an official Disney employee, they have very strict media rules.
Yeah. So she has to be very careful about going on a live show too, because she's now a Disney employee. So that does make it a little bit a little bit harder. Excuse me. Douglas, I've got you going down a Christmas market river cruise rabbit hole. What do we recommend? Oh my goodness gracious. So for the Christmas market river cruise, the answer is yes. Really, you know, the interesting thing, and Gary said it yesterday on the show, you know, most of the river cruise companies, the ships are basically all the same. There's very little difference between the ships, how they're appointed on the inside and things like that. But the ships themselves are basically all the same design. So then it comes down to which markets do you want to go see? And there are hundreds of them out there, probably at least dozens of them out there. And you also got to be careful, you know, when you go, because it's not like they open after Halloween, like everything here opens in the U.S. after Halloween. Christmas explodes, not over there. So the ones that we lean into, the big three that we lean into are AMA Waterways, Avalon Waterways, and Uniworld. And beautiful ships, great itineraries. There are some itineraries that go out, you know, 10, 11, 14 days. It's not just always a 7 or 8 night itinerary. So they do go out further, and they all basically include the same thing. And the reason why I didn't mention Viking in that mix, because of course Viking has the most river ships out there. And it's because if you're new to Viking and if you live here in the US, you're going to have to pay in full 12 to 14 months before the cruise. That's something that a lot of people don't like. It's not something that I like. I've had discussions about that with my representative from Viking. So we lean a lot into AMA, Avalon, and Uniworld. And Riviera is a real British focused river cruise line that is starting to make inroads here in the U.S. now, and they want to, you know, start being known more here in the U.S. So we're starting to introduce them. And of course, Riverside Luxury Cruises, they bought out the old Crystal ships. Crystal was a river cruise line. They had some of the most beautiful ships out there, and they went under, and now Riverside Luxury Cruises bought them, and they're bringing them back. So there's them as well, and we're going to have Riverside on the show sometime soon. I'm working on AMA and Avalon as well. In fact, there's a whole group of KHM travel agents. I had the opportunity to go. I just couldn't go. They're over there right now with the amazing Tina exploring one of the ships right now. So yeah, those are some of the cruises that are out there. Benny saying 48 days to the Sun Princess. That's our big group cruise. That is where we will be celebrating 2 years of business. We didn't even plan it that way. It just dawned on me that October 22nd is our 2-year anniversary. So we will be on the ship. We will definitely be raising a toast to that. Only 48 days left. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. And Rick only has 90 days till his Sun Princess cruise. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. So thank you, Douglas, for the kind words. I do appreciate it. Sue. Oh, thank you for being patient, answering all of our newbie questions and giving us plenty of trip ideas to choose from. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for the kind words. Rick, you're on the Celebrity Reflection now and loving it. Oh my gosh, Celebrity Reflection. What a great ship. That whole Solstice class from Celebrity. Absolutely amazing. Be sure, if you haven't found it yet, go find the World Class Bar, because I think they are possibly the best bar at sea. Just lovely craft cocktails. and that is where I got my first really good old fashioned. And that was thanks to Sean and Steph. Sean was the one who found the bar, and he brought me over there. So, Chris, great question. Are we sold out on the Margaritaville Islander? No, we still have space available on the Margaritaville Islander. I'll flip that back up now. Tony and Jenny are going to be on the ship, or at least they're scheduled to be on the ship. Look, their schedule could change at any time, and we understand that they may have to go off and do something else. But right now, Tony and Jenny are scheduled to be on the ship, and Tony has said, let's do a meet and greet while we're on board. So we'll be planning that. And then Jenny just told us it's their wedding anniversary. So, we're going to have a vow renewal there as well. So no, we do have space. Myself and a fellow KHM travel agent, I want to say we have 150 cabins between the two of us available. I still have some available. I don't have a ton available, but I still got some available. So yeah, come on and join us on the Margaritaville Islander. Absolutely. It would be great to have you guys come along and join us. Just go to where'swaltertravel.com. There are links in the description, or if you're watching us on TikTok, there's links in the, just hit my logo. So Chris, I think there's balconies available. Just reach out. I'm almost certain there are. Christy, 480 days to your big family vacation. Yay! That's awesome. That is so awesome. I love it. Palatka, I don't know anything about casino comps because we don't play with the casino. So you will have to ask. You'll have to just go out and do some research about casino comps. Just keep in mind, casino comps are not free. Even Tony talked about this on a recent show where he said, look, casino players pay a heck of a lot more for your cruises than the rest of us who just simply book them. You think you're getting something for nothing. Look, I used to work for Foxwoods Resort Casino. At the time, they were one of the largest casinos in the world. The one thing I learned is that the house doesn't give anything away for free. Those people who are getting the free comped rooms upstairs and all that, they're paying so much more than everybody else who's just paying for their rooms. So if you want to have the best casino comps, just pay for the rooms. It's a lot cheaper to pay for the rooms than it is to play. So, yeah. So, well, thank you for the kind words, Aaron. You are so awesome. He's been a happy client of ours, and he's also been following Lalita Loco since 2019. Did I say Lalita Loco? Lalita Loca. In 2019. That's awesome, Aaron. Thank you so much for all the support and everything you've given us. And of course, thank you to Tony and Jenny. I mean, Tony and Don. Let's not leave out Don. I mean, if you saw that I hope you all have watched Tony and Don explore the Norwegian fjords together.
It was Iceland and Greenland.
Iceland and Greenland. I had Norway on my head. But definitely, if you haven't seen Tony and Don explore Iceland and Greenland yet, you really got to go over there and watch it. It's such a great vlog series. And it's so fun, to see Tony get out of the studio and just have fun. I mean, he's just taking us along for the ride. That's what I love about it. Tony's stuff is not overproduced like some folks. A lot of people, they spend a lot of time on their editing and making it all slick and everything. And Tony's just like, come on, come with me. Let's just go along. Let's have a little fun. And I absolutely love it. I especially love it when Tony starts singing along the way. He just breaks out in song. So I can't wait to hang out with them for a week on the Margaritaville Islanders. So that is absolutely awesome. Jenny is saying only one cruise next per booking. I do know that we've been able to do two.
I think it's
on balconies and up.
Occasionally they allow that.
Yeah, I guess it's
all the time.
I guess it must be certain times because I just did it yesterday where I was able to do two on a balcony. So I think you're right. I think there are specific times.
It's like the, cruise first when sometimes you can only get the $150 version.
Yeah.
It just kind of randomly seems to happen.
Yeah. And yeah, so the cruise first from time to time shows up with a 250. User 828, you said MSC Cruises. I'm not sure what the question is, but MSC is a good cruise line so long as you know what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, it's a really, really good cruise line. So good morning, Brandy. How are you? Hey, folks, I'll remind you, I am Walter, your independent travel advisor from Where's Walter Travel. This is Cruise Chat Live. If you've got questions about all things cruising, cruise line, cruise ship, just certainly drop them into the comments. We'll do our best to answer. And if we can help you in any way with your travels, our services are 100% free to you. So where's WalterTravel.com? And there's links everywhere, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and the whole 9 yards. So I will go ahead and throw this back up there because again, we just are allowed to tell you that we're now allowed to tell you that Tony and Jenny are scheduled to come on the Margaritaville group cruise, and yes, we do have cabins still available on there. It is February 11th through the 17th, 2025, out of Tampa Bay. Brandy, how many cruise cabins do you need to book to get a group discount? So groups are not always a discount. That's what a lot of people think automatically. It's like, oh, we're going to get a discount. Not necessarily. What you generally get are some added perks and benefits. Like in the case of Norwegian Cruise Line, you can get a discount, 15% or a 10% discount, if you start your group far enough in advance. Like we opened up the group for the Norwegian Jewel for Tony and Jenny. That cruise isn't until April of 26.
592 days.
Yeah, 592 days away. So we got a nice discount on the cruise. Plus, we can offer $100 onboard credit for everybody in the group. But that's only because it's so far out. Royal Caribbean, it's rare that you get a group rate. Sometimes you can get a group rate, but usually it's some sort of an amenity, $25, $50 onboard credit. Maybe there's a cocktail party. The more people that you get booked, the more amenities you can get. It's all dollars and cents to the cruise line. So if you bring on 8 people, you might get $25 onboard credit per person. You bring on 100 people, you might get a cocktail party, maybe a dinner, maybe a reception, and the $25 onboard credit. So the minimum is 5 with some cruise line, 5 cabins, 10 people. And with most cruise lines, it's 8 cabins, 16 people. That's the most. With Virgin Voyages, it's 10 cabins, whether they're solo or not. So that is the group with most of them. And again, it all depends on, and there's not always group space available. That's the thing. The cruise line allocates so much group space. In fact, I went back to Norwegian. Again, what'd you say? We're 500 something days out. I went back to Norwegian and said, can we get more cabins? Because we've got a lot of people. I have 90 cabins. Can I get more? And they said, no, group space is already done. We're not giving out any more group space. So I still have options, though. I can still book people on the cruise and slide them into the group until we shut the group down. But yeah, so the group rules are different for every single cruise line. But generally, it's 5 cabins, 10 people, or 8 cabins, 16 people. That's usually the starting point for that. But the more you can get, the more perks you're going to get. So yeah. So hey, Bill, how are you, man? Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining in. Oh man, Rick, thank you. You found us when we did that show together with Tony. I told Tony we got to do another show one of these Thursday nights, or maybe a Saturday, like I did with Gary. I mean, that's kind of fun doing those Saturday shows too. By the way, this coming Thursday night, I've got Expedia coming on the show to talk about, hotels, pre and post cruise, and they also book activities and transportation. So if you want to learn more about Expedia and how we work with Expedia, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, tune in for that. But thank you so much, Rick. I'm so glad we found you. And I'm so glad that we've had a chance to meet up in Epcot. Douglas, you say that the pricings are insane this weekend. I can tell you my prices for the Margaritaville Islander group cruise are actually better than what you're seeing online. And mine include prepaid gratuities. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I can tell you that if you want to come on that Margaritaville group cruise, our prices actually are better than that. It's absolutely insane. But Margaritaville is a great cruise line if you just want to go out and relax and take a vacation one of these days. Just to get out and relax. Look, there's nothing pretentious about Margaritaville at sea. There's nothing over the top. I mean, Royal Caribbean puts all that money into their entertainment. They have the best entertainment at sea, hands down. Carnival has the Fun Squad. They nailed the whole fun atmosphere and all of that. And Margaritaville is like right in between. They're like, you know what? Come on the ship, have a good time. We've got great musicians, great entertainment. We got a laid back vibe. You're not going to spend a ton on this cruise, and you're going to get your value out of it. You're definitely going to get your value out of coming on to Margaritaville Sea. So they are a fun cruise line. So Anne Marie, what are the dates and do you have room for 2? Yes, we do. The dates are February 11th through the 17th of 2025. And you're watching me on TikTok. If you go to my logo and click my logo, there's a link tree. The Margaritaville cruise is in there. You click that link, it'll take you to our page. It'll show you everything about that cruise. February 11th through the 17th, we're sailing out of Tampa. And it's going to be Progresso, Key West, and Cozumel. Those are going to be our 3 stops. And we're going to do a Captain Val renewal as part of the cruise. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, there's a form on that page. Just fill out the form and we'll get back to you. Absolutely. Melbourne, Australia. Hello. How are you, Melbourne, Australia? Good to see you. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wow. It's amazing. Aaron wants to go down there. That is so good. Bill says he just got off the Islander and it's a great ship. I'm telling you, it's a super, super fun ship. And the cheeseburgers are legit, people. You got to be very careful with the cheeseburgers on the Margaritaville Islander because they are legit. I had to cut myself off at 4. I had to cut myself off at 4. I'm like, that's it. I can't eat any more of these because I'm just going to be crazy. So, but I am really looking forward to getting everybody on board. I've got a lovely fellow agent over at KHM Travel, Alyssa Blackman, who's working with me on this one. We both have groups on the ship. We're going to bring them together on there. And that's the coolest thing about KHM Travel Group. You know, yes, you would think, oh, well, we're all competitors and we're all competing for stuff. And it's like, no, Alyssa and I are actually working together on this one to bring as many people as we can onto the Islander so that you can experience it. And it's one of my favorite things about working with KHM Travel Group. There's about 5,200 of us or something like that, 5,200 agents in the group. And we work together. We help each other out. You know, it's not a dog eat dog world. It's like, what can I do to help you? Because if I help you, that helps the whole company. And that's like Alyssa and I are just working together on this. She's coming up with some amazing ideas for the cruise. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. So the dates are February 11th through the 17th. Tony and Jenny B are scheduled to be on it. I'll be sending out an email blast later on today to let everybody know. A lot of people have been reaching out to me about Tony and Jenny's group cruise, the one that's going out of Philadelphia in April of 2026. We had to put a pause on the registration because we have too many people for the amount of cabins that we have right now. So don't try to schedule a meeting with me. Don't try to ask me to book you on the ship. I can't. We have a registration list. We're honoring that list. We're going everybody in line. Everybody's place in line is held. So, you know, right now, I don't know if registration will ever open back up. Obviously, you can book yourself on the ship and just go. It's going to be a historic cruise. It's going to be the very first cruise out of Philadelphia, April 16, 2026. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So Betty's looking forward to the Margaritaville. I swear, Betty, you're starting to book all of our cruises. This is so exciting. We are looking at, in fact, you know, we asked a question last week. I'm going to throw the question back up there today. Where would you like us to go next for a group cruise? Rebecca and I are looking at maybe another one in 25, but certainly 26. We're looking at 2026. So if we could set up a group cruise anywhere, ocean or river, what would be your votes? We were taking some questions last week. Rebecca's writing down the answers so we can keep up with that. But yeah, where would you like us to go for a future group cruise? We had Herta Group Expeditions on Thursday, and I got a lot of requests during that show. Hey, let's do a group cruise. Yes, I am setting up a conversation with Herta Group Expedition to talk about that very thing. So you never know. We might do an expedition cruise for a future group. That would be a lot of fun. But another vote for a river Christmas market. Yeah, we've had a few of those. I'm down with that. I am totally down with that. Douglas Cole is saying a Christmas market or one Celebrity Edge class anywhere. All right. Like it. But yeah, so if we were to set up another group cruise, you know, one that we've been strongly considering is Los Angeles to Hawaii round trip, because I've never been to Disneyland. We live here by Disney World, but I've never been to Disneyland. So we're considering the LA to Hawaii round trip. Joe, it'd be nice to go to the ABC Islands on Celebrity. Yes, that Celebrity Beyond with Captain Kate and Bug to the islands would be amazing. If you're wondering and you've never heard that term, ABC, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, and Bonaire is somewhat of a rare get anymore. They don't allow as many cruise lines in there anymore. So a lot of times it's A and C, but you don't get the B. So getting an ABC cruise is pretty cool. I know there was one on Oceania that had the Panama Canal and the ABC Islands, which was absolutely stonking amazing. So, Aaron Ross, is the Islander burger better than Guy's burger? I would say yes. I would say yes. And I'll tell you why. Well, I don't know why. It was a great burger. Here's the thing about that cheeseburger in Paradise on Margaritaville Islander. That's all they make. They make a cheeseburger, or they'll make it without cheese. That's it. It's one thing. It's not like they have all these various things you can do with it. It's a cheeseburger, and they get the line going through quick. It was so freaking good. It was so freaking good. Even Bill agrees with me. Yes, the cheeseburger in Paradise is better. It's just so stonking good. Like I said, I had to cut myself off at 5. I was on it for 6 nights or 4. I had to cut myself off at 4.
Sitting. This is over your cruise.
Yeah. I didn't eat 4 in a row. I ate 4 over the 6. Actually, I ate 4 over 4 days, and then I had to stop. I was like, all right, no, I got to stop. It's a 6-day cruise. I can't do this anymore. I'll eat more when I come back on the ship. Hey, Pretty TK, how are you? Hopefully, you'll be able to ask your question today. I know last week you had issues asking questions. I don't know what happened. That is so bizarre. But yeah, so the question is, where would you like to go on a future group cruise? I would love to know. Another vote for Celebrity ABC Island. Oh, nice. Maybe, hey, Rebecca, our 30th wedding anniversary is coming up, and we have talked about having Captain Kate do our vow renewals. Of course, Bug is going to be invited because Bug has a bigger wardrobe than I think most of us do. So maybe we could do an ABC Islands around our 30th anniversary. We'll have a little private vow renewal. That could happen. That could happen. Halaka says that the ice cream is to die for on Virgin. I'll tell you what, for included ice cream, it is the best included ice cream out there for sure. It is really, really good on the Virgin Voyages Lady Ship. It's really, really good. Now gelato on Oceania, that beats it, and that's also included. So yeah, that's also included. Really, 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 really good. So so far so good. Oh, good. I'm glad, Pretty TK. Another vote for European River Cruise, and somebody just saying ABC Island, not necessarily Celebrity. Like it. Steele in Tennessee saying that the guy's burger did not live up to the hype in July. That's the problem, right? It's all this buildup on it, and it's got to be like the best stonking burger you've ever eaten, and it's like it's a good burger, right? But it's not like the best burger in the world. It's good for what it is. It's included with the cruise fare. Can't argue with that. But I would say if you get on a Carnival ship that has Shack Big Chicken, try the chicken sandwich. Don't eat the egg sandwich. That's odd. But the chicken sandwich is really, really good. On the Carnival Mardi Gras, I would go into town on Shack Chicken. And again, I had to kind of back off on the chicken sandwiches because I was eating too many of them. So it was amazing. I have Betty saying group cruise, river cruise in Europe. All right. I like that one. That will be noted. Love it. Pretty TK, something unexpected. That was our favorite meal on VV was Pink Agave. It shocked us. Pink Agave is an amazing restaurant on Virgin Voyages. It's one of my favorites. I think Pink Agave, Razzle Dazzle are like my 2 favorites right now. Although I do love Test Kitchen. I just think Test Kitchen just a hoot. And if you go on Virgin Voyages for Thanksgiving, it was between Test Kitchen and Razzle Dazzle for my favorite Thanksgiving dinner. What's really cool, what Virgin did, at least they did it last year, they serve Thanksgiving dinner every night in each of the restaurants, but each of the restaurants does its own take. So if you wanted to try different variations on a Thanksgiving meal, you could. You didn't have to just do it on Thanksgiving night. I really enjoyed that. And I really liked the way, because Stephanie and I were having that dinner together, and we were like, this is a really good dinner. And talk about, It's been so long since we were able to cruise with Steph. It was so nice just to have her to ourselves for 8 days, and she was so relaxed, not having to get any work done. So it was lovely. It was lovely. By the way, thank you, Pretty TK, for reminding me. We always forget to mention this on the TikTok side. If you want to ask us questions about Virgin Voyages, you cannot use the word Virgin. You have to use the letters VV. That's not us. That's TikTok moderating it. So, yeah. So if you've been trying to ask us questions about Virgin Voyages, I apologize. I usually try to remember earlier in the show, but that's what happened there. So. Rover, with the new unlimited specialty dining with the new Princess Premier, will it make reservations hard to get? Great question. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think one, it could, obviously, because you're going to have so many people who could book him. Now on the Sun Princess, I don't think it would be quite as hard because you've got a lot of restaurants on the Sun Princess compared to Sabatini's, Crown Grill, and a seafood restaurant that are on most of the other ships, and in some cases it's only the two. What I think is going to happen is at some point, or maybe they're already doing it, I think Premier is going to be capacity controlled. So they're only going to sell so many Premier per cruise, kind of like on Virgin Voyages. They have this Splash of Romance package that allows you to get on the ship early, and it also gives you access to the spa, certain things at the spa. They only sell 75 or 90 per sailing. So I would not be surprised if Premier becomes a capacity controlled thing. Like everybody in the suites is going to be allowed to get it. And then below the suites, there will be a certain percentage of staterooms that are allowed to do it. I don't know that they've set that yet, but that's where I kind of see Premier going, that it will be available on a limited basis because they are going to have to control that unlimited dining so everybody gets a chance to try some of those amazing restaurants. That's just my guess. Haven't heard anything official, but that is my guess. So Hollywood, MSC Seashore Burger on C-Day at the main dining room was the best ever. How about that? I had a completely different experience trying the burgers on MSC, although I will say that was in a buffet. It was in a buffet. It was not a very good burger, but I'm glad you had a good one in the main dining room. That is awesome. You know, main dining room was very up and down. On the seaside, I think we had a better main dining experience than we did on the seashore. But even there, there was one meal, and if you go watch my vlog from the seaside, I've got it on TikTok and YouTube. The server just kept making faces as we were going through the menu, and I loved her for it. Absolutely loved her. She was like, no. No. And it was not the best meal, but it was okay. I got the best of what was available. So yeah, so I have very hit or miss experiences on MSC, but that is my favorite experience on MSC. The server actually just being very honest, going, nope. I love that. How many of you have had a server like that on the ship? It's just like, yeah, no, don't get that. That's like the best. That is the best when it happens. So. Pretty TK, love the brunch at Razzle Dazzle. That is absolutely awesome. Let's see. Wow, we've got more stuff going on over here. Oh, Steelan says that the crab legs were awesome on the Carnival Elation. I mean, crab legs should be awesome no matter where you have them. So I'm really glad that the Elation was good. Peggy is saying that she had the same surprise with Pink Agave. That's awesome. Pink Agave, folks. So not only is it a great restaurant, but if you are a fan of tequila and or mezcal, there's 125 tequilas and mezcal in that restaurant. And they have a bar there. You don't necessarily have to go to the restaurant. You can just go to the bar and sit there and have it. Aaron Ross, another vote for LA to Hawaii. You've been wanting to talk about that. You figure we're a little busy with the Lalita Loca group cruise. You know, here's the funny thing about that, Aaron. Yes, we're very busy with the Lalita Loca group cruise. By the way, try saying that really fast when you're calling somebody. Hey, this is Walter calling about the Lalita Loca group cruise. It's like a little tongue twister. But not only are we busy with that, but it seemed like, you know, all of our clients who had been waiting to book something decided that those last 2 weeks of August would be a great time to book. So we were managing. And thank goodness we instituted a new system that turned for travelers that I know so many of you guys are loving on your end. But thank God we brought that system in because it's allowed us to manage the group cruise and then also be able to manage all of our clients at the same time. I mean, you know, the most important thing for us is, yes, this group cruise is amazing. Yes, we are booking 90 cabins for Tony and Jenny B. But at the same time, we can't ignore our clients. So we have to make sure that we strike that balance between managing what our clients need and then all of these fabulous new clients that are coming on board through the group cruise. So one of the things that we set right away, we set an expectation with everybody. We sent an email out to everybody saying this could take up to 2 weeks for us to get through this whole booking process. So, bear with us, have some patience, because we have to manage our clients as well as bringing on all these new clients. And so far, everybody's been amazing. I'm just loving all these people that we've been talking to and bringing them on board for that group cruise. So yeah, it's absolutely exciting. So let me see. So we've got a lot of comments over here. Emily C. and agave, olive oil, and razzle dazzle. Yes. Pink agave, olive oil, or extra virgin. Extra virgin and razzle dazzle. You love those. Rick loved the Thanksgiving dinner in razzle dazzle. They did a fried turkey, or if I recall correctly. It was really, really, really good. Betty Sims. Oh, I like this one. Group Celebrity 11-night Ravenna to Civitavecchia, best of Italy and Croatia. That's not a bad one. I'll tell you what. If one of the ones that I'm really looking at, take a look at some of those Azamaras, like their Italy intensive and things like that. Small ship, absolutely amazing. So, yeah. Sue and Phil Travel, you're going to be on Discovery in 20 days. You'll report back on the specialty dining at that time. Yeah, please do. It is rolling out over all of the ships over time. So pretty TK, you're looking at an Alaskan cruise. I know where they dock is important. Any recommendation? So it is and it isn't. It's also the amount of time that you have in port. For example, like we know that Norwegian Cruise Line predominantly docks, I can't remember the name of the port, but they don't go into Ketchikan. They go to a port that's like 7 miles away. But that's not a problem if your port stay is like, say 8 to 10 hours. So it's not really that big of a deal unless you're coming in on like the Encore with like 4,000 people. See, that's the thing. A lot of folks are going up there on these really big ships. And that causes, problems when you've got to get onto a motor coach and get from the dock over to Ketchikan, and then you got to get yourself back. I like the smaller ships. I like ships that are 2,000-ish or smaller because it's easier to get on and off. You're probably more likely to dock. As always, Princess and Holland America have the best berths throughout Alaska. They really do. Not only do they have some of the smaller ships, they do have the bigger ships coming out of Seattle, but they have a lot of the smaller ships. So that's another reason why we like Princess and we like Holland America so much, is because they have the best docking spots around. So, and then of course we're taking Oceania. So Oceania has smaller ships. You can go on. I'm going to be very interested to see if Azamara comes back in 2026 because they've got smaller ships as well. So, but we always lean into Princess and Holland first. Now, Silversea, that's an outlier too. Silversea, we've actually booked a few. They have amazing ships, obviously, as well as some good itineraries. But, as always, if you want to reach out, we'd be more than happy to help you figure it out. We have become somewhat of Alaska experts. We have booked so many Alaska cruises. It's been absolutely insane. So, let's see. Yeah, Betty, look up some Australia or look up Azamara. Bellaport, they need to bring Virgin back to Australia. That's going to be interesting to see what happens in Australia. Will Virgin go back, once they have 4 ships? And I think it's very interesting that the Brilliant Lady is literally sitting off Civitavecchia right now. She's just sitting there, just waiting. And it's an interesting business model to me that you can have a ship that's ready to go, ready to do revenue sailings, but she's just literally sitting there. Anybody who's taking a cruise out of Civitavecchia, you're going to pass the Brilliant Lady on your way out. So it's going to be very interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. We don't have any future news about Virgin going back to Australia. I have some clients who are waiting on that. They'd like to see that. In the meantime, Azamara has some amazing cruises down there. Oceania has amazing cruises down there. Princess is there. Carnival is taking over P&O, so you're going to have that. Hopefully, they're going to give the ships a little bit of love too while they're down there. So yeah. Hey, Furbinator, you're heading on to Majestic Princess today. Yay! Have an awesome time. Have an awesome time. Sandy and Coco, you're going to Bermuda in October, and November for 4 days on MSC. Do we have recommend anything to do? Here's the interesting thing: we've never been to Bermuda. When we go with Tony and Jenny B on the Norwegian Jewel, unless we go on a cruise before then, we've never been to Bermuda. And all of our clients who have booked to Bermuda, they just figure it all out on their own because they've got 3 days of time there. So, folks, if you have been to Bermuda and you're watching right now, let's throw in some ideas for Bermuda for Sandy and Coco. Those of you who have been to Bermuda, what would you recommend? I haven't even really researched it because every time, like I said, every time we book a cruise that involved Bermuda, oh gosh, I wish Nurse Tara was here. Nurse Tara's been there a few times. I know that. But yeah, so we've not actually looked up any excursion because we haven't had to for our clients. So
I'm assuming we'll research it at some point.
Oh yeah, we will.
Because we are going there.
We will. So did I miss? I just want to make sure I didn't miss any questions up here. I'm scrolling back through. Okay. So yeah. Oh, Furbinator. So you're going to Alaska. Have an amazing time. Alaska. Huh?
Or is that a vote for a group cruise?
No, Furbinator said they're heading out on the Majestic Princess today, Alaska.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Mimi, question: have you ever sailed out of Quebec City? Virgin Voyages has a cruise. I know. Going from Quebec to Miami, wondering the best place to stay in Quebec City the day before the cruise. We haven't sailed out of Quebec City yet, but we have booked hotels in Quebec for our clients that have either sailed to Quebec or out of Quebec. Don't have it off the top of my head, but I know we found some lovely little hotels that were really convenient to the port. So if you want to reach out, I know that cruise well. That's the cruise I want to take. If you've not seen it, folks, this is one of their Majestic Voyages. It is the Brilliant Lady is going to be starting. She's going to do a couple of cruises out of New York. Then she's going to do New York up to Quebec City. Then when she leaves Quebec City, she's going all the way to Miami, including a stop in Charleston, which should be super cool. That's what we're going to be doing on the Norwegian Jewel. So that is actually my favorite of the announced itineraries already from the Brilliant Lady. Is going from Canada down. I think it's 13 days. So yeah, if you'd like to reach out, Mimi, we would be more than happy to help you. But yeah, we found a couple of really cute hotels in Quebec City for sure. So let me see what else we're going on. Oh, good discussion about Melbourne and New Zealand. We've not been down there yet. We need to get down to Australia. Just like I mentioned a little earlier, we were talking about the South Pacific Islands and the whatchamacallit, Holland America. That's them. Holland America has, or at least they've had, an itinerary that goes from San Diego all the way down to Australia, New Zealand, and back. So you don't even have to make the flight. You would actually be on the ship the whole way through, which would actually be kind of awesome out of San Diego. They do a lot of them out of, if you're looking for different, like you've done the same old, and you've got time, yes, you've got to have some time on your hands to do some of these. But for example, Holland America is doing Alaska and Hawaii round trip Seattle. So it's not even one of those one-way things where you go like from Vancouver down to Hawaii and then the ship continues on into the South Pacific. This is actually round trip Seattle. So you do Alaska first, you go down to Hawaii, you come back to Seattle. So Holland America, if you have time, they have these legendary voyages, I think they call them. There are just some donking. You can go to the Mediterranean and back from either New York or Fort Lauderdale, one of those two. If you don't want to make that big long haul flight, or if you're going over to Europe for a cruise and you've got some time, instead of booking flights, take Cunard, take the Queen Mary 2 and go across. That's what I'm planning to do instead of booking a flight. I want to take the Queen Mary 2 and go get an interior. Why not? Bo Gia, Bermuda has lots of great walks. Pink Sand Beach, Lighthouse, tour the shipwrecks on the glass bottom boat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Peggy says that a Quebec hotel, the Chateau Frontenac, is superb. I don't know if that's the one that we booked, but thank you for that, Peggy. That is absolutely awesome. I appreciate that. Emily, you're going on some ship visits in October on Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas. Wow. Yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting that the Oasis comes over there. And the Explorer Journeys too. Yeah, so Explorer Journeys is going to be amazing. We just booked a client on where are they going? Fusina. It's an Adriatic cruise. If you've not looked at, if you're getting into that luxury market and you have not looked at Explorer Journeys yet, you really need to. Their biggest advantage, or two biggest advantages, is one, they have the money from MSC Cruises to build this thing, but two, they're one of they're the latest one to come along. So they had a chance to look at the entire luxury cruise market, see what was out there, and then say, well, we can do better. And by all accounts, the ships are absolutely stonking gorgeous, and I do mean gorgeous. So. Question, has anybody had Thanksgiving dinner on Norwegian? I'll be on the Prima this coming Thanksgiving and need to schedule dinner reservations. My advice is don't go to the main dining room. We did that the very first thing to what we've done 5 Thanksgiving cruises now, I want to say. The very first time we went to Holland America's main dining room, and I'll tell you, you can't make Thanksgiving dinner for over 2,000 people and expect it to be good. It's Piccadilly Cafeteria. So go to a specialty dining restaurant. Now, they may or may not make the Thanksgiving dinner. If you want traditional Thanksgiving dinner and you're on a big ship, go to the buffet, because the buffet usually has a turkey that they're carving, and it's going to be better than the turkey that you're going to get from the main dining room. So I always schedule specialty dining. And generally, the specialty dining restaurant on the mainstream cruise line do not serve Thanksgiving dinner, because they're like, well, if you want Thanksgiving dinner, you can go to the main dining room. But I don't care, because I know that Thanksgiving dinner is not going to be that great. But if you're on one of those big ships, go to the buffet. They're usually carving the turkey, and they have the mashed potatoes and everything up there as well. So user 274, how much are Explorer Journeys ranging for 1 week? They don't have a whole lot of 1 week itineraries. They're more like 10. I think 10 is like a short cruise for them. They might have a few 7s. But that all depends on where you're talking, and when, they're in the Caribbean, they're all over the world. So it just depends on where you're going and what they're doing. So, I mean, you can reach out. There is no, I can't ballpark it, because it's different for everywhere in the world. So if you want me to work with you and help you find one, just go ahead and set up an appointment. Be happy to. Like I said, we just booked somebody on the Explorer 1. We've got somebody booked on the Explorer 2, waiting for the Explorer 3 to be announced. So
I will say,
and every cruise is different.
If you're the closest I would venture to do a ballpark is think pretty good level suites on most mainstream lines.
Yeah, even there, it's not, because.
Yeah, but I mean.
Yeah.
You're not talking regular balcony prices.
No. I mean, it's gonna be. It's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be. If you look at the top level suites on, say, Princess, you're probably going to be kind of in that ballpark or something like that. I mean, they're not cheap. You're going to be definitely over $10,000 just to get on the ship. So, but that ranges on up. So.
Yeah, it could go. Depending on.
Yeah, I mean, their base level suite is their base level cabin is like 300 and something square feet. It's a big cabin. It's a beautiful cabin. It's got padded loungers and all of that. So yeah, Explorer Journeys is coming on strong in the luxury market. They are absolutely amazing. If anybody wants to get some pricing or talk about it, just reach out. I mean, our services are 100% free to you. You don't pay. And then I can give you accurate pricing based on where you want to go, what you want to do, and which ship we're booking.
Their base cabin is nicer than any cabin we've ever.
Oh, they're nicer than most suites out there in the mainstream cruise lines. Oh yeah, they're absolutely freaking stonking. So, Emily, you want to know if we reopen the reservations for the La Lita Loca group cruise? That'll come from Tony if we end up doing it. I don't know. Pardon me. We have so many people already registered. I don't know if we'll have a chance to open it up. Sue and Phil Travels, have we decided on the time frame of our potential 26th group cruise? No, because all the itineraries are not out yet. So we're kind of waiting. We for a while there, we kind of had our eye on Viking for that LA to Hawaii thing, but A, they haven't released it. 2, they've got that rule that you got to pay, like 14 months in advance. And that's not something that we want to ask a group to do. So we don't know. Rebecca was kind of eyeing Princess there for a little while, and we're just not sure. We don't know the time frame yet.
Well, and just we have so much going on right now. It's hard to.
Yeah, we're gonna need a couple of days. So, oh my gosh, it's 1:30 in the morning. Bellaport, my goodness, go get some rest. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night. My gosh, it is just so cool that we can do this and talk to people all around the world at the same time. I know it's early out on the West Coast. I try to do this so we can try to get some folks from around the world to join in. And then right after us at 12 noon Eastern time here in the U.S., Gary Bembridge goes live. So it's like a double dose of both of us this weekend. We had a lot of fun yesterday doing that. I hope you all had a chance to tune in yesterday and see that. That was such a really good show. And actually, if you haven't seen the Hurtigruten show from this past Thursday night, go into our YouTube replays and go check out the Hurtigruten show. Julia did a fabulous job explaining how Hurtigruten works. I've got to sign up, but I believe I'm going down in 3 weeks to go see one of the Hurtigruten ships. It's going to be in Miami. It's a rare visit to Miami. So I'm actually going to get down there and go see the ship to at least go see it and check it out. But hello, Iowa. Hello, Iowa. Good to see you, Iowa. Alex wants to go try Princess and Oceania next. I mean, two great cruise lines, two absolutely great cruise lines. We've done the smallest ship. We've done the Oceania Serena, which is only 670 some passengers. I still have content from that, and I actually feel bad. I have a fabulous interview with the cruise director that I did while I was on that ship. I did an interview with the hotel director, and I did an interview with the future cruise director, and I just haven't had the time to edit them and get them up there. I'm going to work on that. In fact, I felt bad because I got the Margaritaville cruise director up there quickly, and I still haven't gotten. He was so lovely. Carson, I think his name was. Yeah, Rebecca saying yes. Carson was so lovely, so gracious. And I need to get those interviews up there so y'all can see them, because it's just, that was such a relaxing cruise. I can't wait. This year we're doing 16 nights for Christmas and New Year's, but this year we're going to be on the Azamar Journey, which is actually a sister to the Serena. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's different. So, hey, good morning, Kathy. Good to see you. Happy September. Gosh, September, people. September, October, and then November, December. I mean, we're only 2 months away from the madness. Everybody. This is going to be crazy. Let's see. Holly Ann, MSC World America, any news? I mean, nothing other than we know it's coming, and they have done some work at Ocean Key to get ready for that ship to dock. She will be the very first ship built specifically for the American market. All their other ships have been European style and European, European way brought over here. But they're going to have their first comedy club is going to be in there. I don't know what else exactly they're doing differently, but they do have the neighborhoods kind of thing like Royal Caribbean. And she'll be coming in. When is she coming in? I can't even remember when she's coming in. But she'll be basically opening that new MSC terminal. That MSC terminal, man, looks like it's going to be amazing. And they claim they could put 3 ships there at a time. That'll be interesting to see. Andrew, thoughts on wedding cruises? Absolutely. We've actually booked. Our second one is going out. Oh, gosh, this month. It's finally September. Our second wedding cruise is going out this month. So wedding cruises are interesting because you can work with the internal in-house wedding planners. Now, these are usually third-party companies, and the response, depends on the cruise line. Some cruise lines are better about responding, others not so much. And so, we've had a couple of clients that have kind of worked with independent wedding planners as well as the cruise line itself. But it also depends on whether you're going to get married on the ship or you're going to get married on land. Because if you're going to get married on land, that just means that the ship just turns into a big group cruise. But if you're going to get married on the ship, then you would definitely have to work with the cruise line wedding department. I mean, it's fabulous because it's your hotel, it's your resort, it's got all the entertainment, food and drinks are covered, at least the basic food and drinks are covered. You don't have to worry about like people getting lost and driving somewhere and all of that. Like after the whole thing is over, nobody has to worry about driving back to their hotel. So yeah, I think wedding cruises are absolutely fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So, Celeste, how you doing? Thanksgiving on Norwegian. Oh, there you go. You were on Norwegian Cruise Line on the Epic in 2016. Did a specialty restaurant with a non-traditional menu. It was great. That's what I like to do on Thanksgiving. Is go to the specialty restaurants because I think the meals are better than trying to get that basically what I call a Piccadilly cafeteria meal in the main dining room. It's just, you can't. It's really hard to make a Thanksgiving dinner with turkey and everything. You can get most of the other stuff right. It's the turkey. Trying to make that much turkey for 2,000 people or so.
Pre-sliced, so it,
Yeah, so it's kind of drying out. So if you want that Thanksgiving dinner, you're on a big ship like a Royal Caribbean or Norwegian or something. Go to the buffet, get that sliced turkey. So. User 718, you're in Florida. Is there a cruise that leaves Florida and goes to Hawaii? If so, how long in Hawaii? I don't know of one offhand, but there is probably a cruise that will go through the Panama Canal to either San Diego or Los Angeles, and then you can do a back-to-back if the next cruise happens to be the one that's going to Hawaii. And that Hawaii cruise is typically, was it 15 days, 14 days? 14 to 15 days. And you're going to have 4 sea days on either side. So that's 8 of your days are going to be at sea. And then like 7 days going around, 6 or 7 days going around Hawaii. But it's probably going to be 2 cruises. I don't know of one that will leave Florida, go to the West Coast, and then go directly to Hawaii. I don't know one like that. But there could be one where you go to LA or San Diego or San Francisco, and then you go to Hawaii right after that.
I do have to say it's probably unlikely that you would immediately be able to go back through the Panama Canal after the Hawaii.
There are some.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that. I'm just saying the timing is
Yeah.
unlikely to work out.
Yeah, you're more than likely going to have to fly back. I mentioned it earlier. Oceania has that one that's going to leave Tampa. It's going to go all the way through the Panama Canal in daylight, stay overnight in Panama City, and then come back. So that'll be a double transit, but they're coming straight back. So, yeah. Oh, Andrew. Okay, great. I'm glad I was able to give you some insight. Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about it, we can certainly talk about the further out you can plan it. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Douglas. Douglas is right. Oh, there you are, Douglas. Thank you. And Douglas brings up a great point, and I actually forgot about this. Another option that you can do, which is what Douglas is going to do, you can actually get married on embarkation day in the port. And people who are not going on the cruise are allowed to come onto the ship up to a certain amount. You can't bring everybody. You can't bring 300 people onto the ship. But up to a certain amount of people, I want to say around 50-ish, you can bring.
Probably depends on the ship. Yeah,
it depends on the ship and the cruise line. But you can bring a certain amount of people onto the ship, have a wedding ceremony, and then the crew will escort those people off. And, you have a short reception and all of that too. But if you have people who want to come to the wedding, but they don't want to take a cruise, that could be an option. Keep in mind that embarkation day, can be a little bit chaotic with all the things going on. But of course, you're going to be in your own little cocoon up there, doing your wedding. So that is an option too, that if you want to bring some folks onto the ship, but you have to do the wedding on embarkation day, you can't do it at any of the ports. They won't let anybody on the ports. But if you do it out of port and you're going to do it off the ship, people could potentially fly to that port and meet you there for the wedding, right? So yeah, you could totally do it. What do we got here? Joan, you're leaving San Francisco to Hawaii in 28 days. Love it. Love it. So yeah, that's going to be, and the thing about that, you got to really like sea days and you got to pick the right ship to go on because you're going to have like 8 days at sea, which sounds absolutely lovely to me. I love it. User 718. Oh, you're welcome. You want to gift your granddaughter a cruise eventually to Hawaii for her honeymoon. Aw, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, reach out when you're ready. We'd be more than happy to help you out. That's awesome. I do love that. Let's see. Well, hey, Nurse Tara, there you are. I was just talking about you a little while ago. How are you? We were talking about people were asking for tips for Bermuda, and I know you've been there a couple of times. We have not been there yet. So, yeah, I was like, I bet Nurse Tara has a couple of ideas for excursions in Bermuda. So, yeah. Joan, it's the only time you ever played bingo. Sea Days on the Princess. So we've only played bingo one time. and it was on Virgin Voyages because it was Bingo with the Diva. I'm telling you, folks, if you go on Virgin Voyages, you've never played bingo. Maybe you played bingo. You have not experienced bingo with the Diva. Oh my God, it was so over the top. Now, if you're easily offended, don't go. We've seen some posts by people going, well, you know, she was just a little over the top. She didn't have to do that. And yet, well, you know what? It was funny. It was funny, and you kind of know that it's going to be an adult show. It's going to be kind of a little bit more raunchy, and it's going to be a little bit more fun. But oh my God, I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard. She was so awesome. We had Carlos, a woman named Carlos. I love a woman named Carlos. It was great.
You do have to be careful though, because Virgin also does bingo with the Happenings cast.
Yeah, with the Happenings cast.
Which could be any one of them.
Right,
not
right.
The Diva.
So yeah,
the Diva.
yeah. So hey, Sue and Phil Travels going on their very first cruise. Yay! Cheers! Cheers! Welcome to the cruise family. Once you go on, you become one of us. One of us. One of us. There's no going back. Once you get on a ship, there is absolutely no going back. So you still have time to change your mind, but don't change your mind. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Welcome to the family. Pretty TK, was it hard to keep up with the bingo? It is a little, you know, sometimes they kind of go a little bit fast with the bingo, but you'll get it. You'll keep up.
They have the screen.
They have this big, massive screen. And certain numbers will cause some pandemonium. So, Jeff, you're about to get on the Harmony. Have an amazing time. Harmony of the Seas. My tip is to go to Park Cafe for lunch. Don't try to go up to the Windjammer. Everybody's going to be up there. Go to Park Cafe. It's quieter. It's lovely. Relax. You can go to the Windjammer the rest of the cruise. Just go to Park Cafe and enjoy it. Have an amazing time. Oh, my God. So much fun. Donna, how are you? Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Going on the Icon of the Seas next summer. Haven't been on a cruise since 2001. Wow. Haven't been on a cruise since 2001, and you chose the largest ship out there. Wow. You're going to be in for a big reawakening to cruising. What a great ship. Oh, my gosh, Donna, what a great ship. Fabulous ship. I do have some blogs on it. I did some tastings and whatnot on it. Great ship. So much fun. Love the layout. If you guys have been familiar with the Oasis class ship and you haven't gone on Icon yet, Icon takes care of a lot of those annoying dead ends. You know, you're walking across deck 6 above the promenade, and you got to go down and you got to come back up. You don't have to do that on Icon. The promenade is connected to Central Park, so you can walk down from Central Park straight to the Pearl Cafe, or you can walk up from the Pearl Cafe. And the flow getting forward and back is so much easier. So yeah, you are, Donna. Oh my God, you're going to have such a great time on the Icon of the Seas. And the Aquadome Market was my favorite new addition in terms of food. Such a great little market. And I saw on the Star, they're going to tweak up the offerings a little bit. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. Amazing. So, oh, Emily's asking a good question. And Emily, we do not know. Typically, the answer is no. So Emily's asking a good question. Look, if I book myself on the Norwegian Jewel, would I be able to access the group activities just by booking on the ship? Typically, the answer is no. The activities are reserved for the group guests. We're probably going to have a wristband system or something so that when we're having group activities, only those people who booked in the group, that is part of booking with the group. Now, of course, anybody can book on the ship. Obviously, there's over going to be 2,300 people on the ship. There's going to be around 200 of us. So there's a lot of space on that ship to book. But when we have a group activity, that would be restricted to the group. Now, you will see Tony and Jenny B. We're going to be there. You'll see us walking around the ship too. So if you want to book yourself on the Norwegian Jewel, you can absolutely do that. It's just those actual group activities will be limited to the group folks themselves. But yeah, absolutely. It's going to be history in the making. As far as I know, that's the first cruise ship going out of Philadelphia, or certainly the first modern cruise ship going out of Philadelphia. So it's going to be really, really cool. Dennis, favorite spot on the Oasis of the Seas. So we haven't been on Oasis, but we were on Symphony and Central Park at night. Wow, so pretty. Just so pretty and so relaxing. I mean, you do forget that you're on a cruise ship. And then my second favorite spot, just because it's so freaking crazy, is you go down to the running track and you go all the way to the back where the wake is when the ship is moving. I've never heard or felt power like that. I mean, you can just feel the power of that ship from the rumble and the wake and everything. It's kind of awe-inspiring just how much power is pushing that ship. But Central Park, just absolutely gorgeous on Central Park. I love that space. So Pretty TK, you hope to see a future Virgin Voyages cruise, a group cruise in the future. You will. I'm actually having tea with Tamika this week. This week? Yeah, I think it's this week. I'm having tea with Tamika this week. That will be one of the topics of conversation. It's putting together another group cruise. You're welcome, Dennis. You're welcome, Dennis. Nurse Tara, if the person who was asking about Bermuda is still here, Nurse Tara would recommend the Gosling Sunset Rum Cruise. Ooh, nice. Taking the ferry to St. George's and or Hamilton. There. See, I knew, Nurse Tara, you've been there a few times. Thank you so much for doing that, for offering that advice. So if you didn't catch that, Nurse Tara recommends the Gosling Sunset Rum Cruise, taking the ferry to St. George's and or Hamilton. That is in Bermuda. And most of those Bermuda cruises have 2 or 3 nights in Bermuda. So you've got plenty of time down there. So Donna, thank you so much for the kind words. I love it. Thank you. We love what we do. I hope it comes through. I hope it comes through with our clients as well. Look, we are human, so we do our very best. I mean, sometimes things happen that are beyond our control, or we've had a couple of situations that it was on us, so we took care of it. We paid for the thing, or we took care of the thing and made sure that the thing was right. So, but we are human. We try our best. We appreciate the kind words. Douglas, how about a Star Group cruise? You mean Star of the Seas? I wouldn't do that, and I'll tell you why. Because it's still going to be very expensive to get on that ship. So probably not. We try to, if we're going to ask people to pay, a premium rate, we're going to do Oceania in Alaska. We're going to do Azamara in Italy. We're going to do a bucket list. I don't want to ask, our clients, you could be spending $4,000 just to be in an interior on Star of the Seas. It's a great ship, but I'll definitely put together a group for other people. But I like trying to make sure that our groups bring really good value to what we're doing. I mean, we are going on the brand new Norwegian Aqua. Our prices are probably about $1,500 less than what the public prices are now, like what everybody paid for our group on the Norwegian Aqua. We locked those rates in, so we still have cabins on that ship, but they are so much better. They are so much better than what's public right now. Where is Andy? What's the cruise going out of Philadelphia? So that is the La Lido Loca group cruise. It's the Norwegian Jewel. Now, the group, we've stopped the registrations because we've got more than enough people to fill the cabin. But it's the Norwegian Jewel, April 16th, 2026. She will be the very first ship, or at least the first modern cruise ship going out of Philadelphia. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. So, Pretty TK, when is tea with Tamika? It's actually just me and her having tea. We're meeting at a local coffee shop.
No cameras.
No camera. It's just going to be me and Tamika talking. I know. I actually do that. I do have meetings with people where I don't bring the cameras. But Tamika actually does this series called Tea with Tamika that you all can always tune into, which is a lot of fun. So, Nurse Tara, is the group cruise sold out already? Yes. We paused registration. We have more people than we have cabins right now, so you can still book yourself on the Norwegian Jewel and come on the ship. But in terms of the group itself, we have paused all of that because it will sell out. It's officially not sold out yet, just because we're still working our way down the list. But it will sell out by the time we get through the list of folks. So yeah, sorry about that. Bell XR, I hope I said that right, Bell XR. You enjoyed our live stream with Gary yesterday. Thank you. For those of you who didn't see it yesterday, Gary Benbridge was my host, my guest for an hour. It was lovely. It's on the YouTube channel on replay. Go watch it. It was so much fun. Do I arrange book cruise vacations for Canadians, including flights from to Canada and or stays in the cities before and after the cruise? The answer is yes. Yes, we can work with clients in North America. And we do. Now, some cruise lines require us, or I should say most cruise lines are going to require us to book in US dollars. So Virgin Voyages allows me to book in Canadian dollars. How about that? So, so that's the only caveat to working with me, is that you will probably be paying in US dollars. So in some cases it might work out well. In some cases it might be better for you to book in Canadian dollars. But yes, we are a full service travel agency. So we do cruise, land, luxury, expedition. And if you need us to book the flights and need us to book the hotels, we are more than happy to do that as well. We do not offer that as a standalone service. We only offer it as part of packages, you know, cruises, land tours, and things like that. But absolutely, yeah, you can reach out. Our services are 100% free to everybody. And we do our best to plan the best vacations, so for everybody. But thank you for the question. Yes, we can book people from Canada, the United States, the Caribbean, so most of North America, and Virgin. You know, it'd be nice if other ones allowed us to book in other denominations, but Virgin actually allows us to do that. So that's actually kind of cool. I know Emily's been watching, but the first time I brought up British pounds for somebody and the euros when we were doing this big group cruise, I was like, this is kind of cool. I don't know what it means, but this is kind of cool. Alex, you're on the list. I have no idea where you are on the list. We have a massive spreadsheet that we've set up, so we will be working through that list.
I think you're in a pretty good spot. No guarantees.
I have no idea. So I don't know. I know. Oh, Rebecca knows all.
No, I'm just saying. I looked at the list a lot because I was doing a lot of.
Oh yeah, Rebecca has actually looked at the list a lot because she's been transferring people into our system. So Bill's fan is voting for a Greek Islands group cruise. I like that. Azamara has an amazing one. I like that idea. Alex, find out what the Scarlet Lady is doing in dry dock. We'll find out when she comes out together. They will not tell us anything in advance. So they think that we are going to spill the beans, because we will. MSC fan, excuse me, thoughts on MSC cruises, Max D. So here's the thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Anne-Marie, you got a question. I'll get to you, Max D. Any advantages to staying on a lower deck or a higher deck? That's a great question, Anne-Marie. So obviously, the higher you are on a ship, I usually have a ship sitting here, but the higher you are on a ship, the more you're going to feel especially the side-to-side motion. You'll feel that forward and back, you know, the forward and back like this, but it's the side-to-side that you'll feel more. So the higher you are, the more you feel that. If you think you are susceptible to motion sickness, then you want to be down on the lower deck. That's why most of the restaurants are low. All the theaters and the performance spaces, they're all low on the ship because that's more stable. The higher you get, the more you're going to feel the motion of the ocean. That's really the differences. So now, thoughts on MSC cruises. So MSC cruises, where they shoot themselves in the foot is inconsistent service and inconsistent food quality. Their ships are gorgeous. They have some beautiful pools. They have, you know, when they have good service, it's really good. The shows are entertaining. They're not the best. I mean, they don't put the effort and the money. Certainly Royal Caribbean, even Carnival or Norwegian. Now, if you stay in the yacht club, service and food is pretty consistent across all the ships. If you don't stay in the yacht club, you really never know what you're going to get. It could be day-to-day, cruise-to-cruise. We've been on the MSC Seaside. We've been on the Seashore. So we've done 2 7-night cruises. Neither one of them was a bad cruise, but we went into them with very low expectation because we had seen all of the negative reviews. Some of the negative reviews are justified. Some of them are just over the top trying to get clickbait. So if you go into MSC with the proper expectations that you're not going to go hungry, it's plenty of food to eat. At the very least, there's pizza. Oh my God, the pizza is really, really good. Coffee's amazing. You just may not get the best service like you're used to on other cruise lines, and you may not get consistently good food, or at least consistent food from day to day or ship to ship. That's kind of where they shoot themselves in the foot. But otherwise, the staterooms tend to be a little bit larger than most of the other cruise lines. They're really nice staterooms. The ships themselves are absolutely beautiful. I mean, I want to know what the chrome budget is from MSC because there's more chrome on that ship than just about anywhere or on their ships. So you just have to go into MSC with the right mindset You cannot argue with the price. The pricing is some of the lowest in the industry, even lower than Carnival most of the time, right on par sometimes with the Margaritaville Islander. So you can't argue with the pricing. So you just have, when my clients want to book and they do book with MSC, I'm very honest with, that's one of the things that I am as a travel agent is I'm very honest with my clients, and I don't want to just book something because, oh, it's going to be a good commission, or yes, that's what they want, just book them. Even if they come to me and say, I want MSC, my first statement is, you understand what you're getting yourself into, right? And you got to set the expectations. As long as you got the right expectations, you're going to have a great time on MSC. We had a great time. We're going back on MSC. We're absolutely going back on MSC again. So, and I'm looking forward to it because we haven't done the yacht club yet. So I would absolutely go on MSC again. It's a great price. The Ocean Key Island is, to me, that's my favorite private island out there right now. So yeah, it's absolutely, absolutely awesome. So, C. Bar, any suggestions for a cruise that visit historic places? Your husband loves history. I mean, there's so many out there. Certainly Canada, New England. Princess has one that's doing Washington, D.C. It's like a whole historic America thing. U.S. river cruises will do it. European river cruises. Oh my gosh, you're just floating through history on the European river cruises. I mean, just all over the world. So yes, the answer is yes. It's just where do you want to go and what do you want to see? So yeah. Let's see. What do I think of the Enchanted Princess? You were excited until I saw some reviews. Look, you're going to see negative reviews on every single ship. Okay, especially if you go on to Cruise Critic, you're going to see negative reviews on every ship. Sucks right now on Cruise Critic. But we all know that's not the truth, because I don't know what went wrong on the Enchanted Princess, what people didn't like about it. But the Enchanted Princess, I think, is the newest one, right? That's the beside the Sun. She's the latest of the Royal, I think, or maybe there was one right after it.
Which order?
Huh?
I get confused which order.
Yeah. So I don't know what people are complaining about, but people complain about everything out there. So I would take it with a grain of salt. I would see what they're actually complaining about. Keep in mind, if you're watching YouTube videos, negativity sells. So you're not going to watch a glowing review of the Enchanted Princess. You're going to watch the one where the thumbnail says, I hated this thing about the Enchanted Princess, and you're going to watch that one instead of the one going, this was the best cruise ever. I don't know. So yeah. Stephanie, are loyalty programs worth it? That's entirely up to you. The thing that I tell people about loyalty programs is look at the perks that they're offering, then look at how long it's going to take you to get there and how much is it going to cost you to get there. People are like, you're going to get some free Wi-Fi, you get free laundry, you start to get some drinks, you start to get some of this. But how many nights at sea is that going to cost you to get there versus just paying for it instead? So I've never been a fan of the loyalty program in terms of just, being loyal to Royal or just going on Carnival and staying on that one cruise line until we hit that point. Rebecca and I have played the field ever since we started cruising. So when we go on Azamara, that will be our 12th cruise line this December. I like exploring ships because, that's a lot of money to invest into one cruise line to finally get whatever the perk is. Now, if that perk is important to you and you really, really like that cruise line, then yeah, just go for it.
I've always looked at the loyalty programs as kind of just a nice added bonus.
Exactly.
I don't cruise to get loyalty, but once I get there,
yeah,
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just kind of extra.
Yeah. So Steelen is saying that he liked the food much more than Carnival. I would put them about equal in our experience, to be honest with you. And I will say that Rudy Sea Grill on Carnival was better than anything that I had on MSC. Not to say that the specialty dining wasn't great on MSC, but just our experience. So, but yeah, the entertainment is not that great. It's entertaining. You can say it's entertaining. That's about it. The strangest thing on MSC was they brought a magician on. And he was doing like all this little sleight of hand. But they didn't put a camera on him. That is massive screen behind him, and they were showing this wide shot, and they never like zoomed in. It's like we couldn't actually see what he was doing, and I just thought it was hilarious. I'm like, this is a technologically advanced theater. you have a massive screen back there and show us what he's doing. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, look, you're not going to go hungry, and you should have a good time on MSC. Just go in with the right expectation. Do not go in thinking this is Carnival. This is going to be like Norwegian. It's going to be like Royal Caribbean. It's going to be like anybody else. They're not like anybody else. They are MSC. They are unabashedly MSC. So, Huddle, you were very close to booking with MSC. You came close to booking them several times. I mean, just like I said, go in with open eyes. Go in with open expectation. We booked actually quite a few people on MSC, and they've all come back. Either they were like, yep, you're right. It's not the cruise line for us, but we didn't spend a lot of money. I mean, you really don't know until you go on. The cruises are cheap. That's one thing. You're not going to invest a lot of money. For me, if you're going to go on MSC, go out of Florida and get a ship that's going to do the overnight at Ocean Key. That's really cool. So if you want to experience MSC, come on down to Florida. At least do a stop at Ocean Key, because they usually go late into the night. If you get one that does an overnight at Ocean Key, that's super cool, and it's not going to cost you a lot of money. I would encourage everybody to try MSC. At least try MSC before you really judge it. So, Max Steve, great question. If our services are free, how do we make money? So we make money on commission from our travel partners. That commission is built into the price, like all the cruise line. So here's an interesting stat that I found out at a recent event. Travel agents book approximately 75% of all cruise staterooms, like across everything. And like Azamara said, it was like 85% for them. So the cruise lines can't book all of these cabins by themselves. So there is a commission built into the price. Whether you use us or you go directly to Royal Caribbean, it's going to be the same price, but Royal Caribbean doesn't have to pay the commission when you do that. So you're basically paying for a service that you didn't get. So all travel agents, we make a commission from the travel partners, whether that's a cruise line, a tour, or whatever. So that's how we make our money. But it's a great question.
Except airlines.
Huh?
Except airlines.
Except airlines. Yeah. So Alex said he was on MSC earlier this year, had no issues. Just know that MSC has more international passengers than other lines. That's a great point. And that was kind of cool, actually, to hear so many languages on board. It was kind of cool, Yes, it's because, in Europe, MSC is like Carnival. They all know MSC. So if they're coming over here to the States, it's a brand they know. So they're like, okay, yeah, we know MSC. We'll go on MSC. It's safe. We know who they are. So yes, there are a lot of Europeans and people from around the world on MSC, and it's super cool. Hey, TJ, how are you? Good to see you. Donna, hope you can ask the second question. Traveling with carry-on only, there's laundry deal on Icon for $34.99 or something. If price per bag, good idea. I mean, that's a great point. Look, cruise lines have laundry, and especially if you're going for 10 nights, 14 nights, you don't need to bring 10 or 14 nights worth of clothes. You can send, Tony did a great vlog about this when he was on the Holland America, on La Lita Loca, when he was on the Holland America doing the transatlantic. I think it was like a 15-day cruise. He only brought 7 days worth of clothes, and he built in a laundry day right in the middle of the cruise. He knew he was going to do it. $34.99, I don't know if that's a good deal or not, but if you just want to go with a carry-on and you don't want to bring a long, you don't want to bring a big piece of luggage, would you just build laundry in? I mean, why not? Why not? I mean, whatever it costs, it's going to be easier than bringing that big piece of luggage with you. Some people just bring, I'm amazed when I see how much luggage some people come on when there's only 7 nights, and you're just like, where are these people going?
People with big giant luggage for 4-night cruises.
I know, and it's like, where are you people going? And maybe they're doing multiple cruises. We don't know. Maybe they're doing other things, but yeah, if you can go with the smallest piece of luggage possible and just build in a laundry day, why not? Why not? So absolutely.
I don't know how quick the turnaround is on their laundry, so you got to take that into
account. And you can pay more for the fast turnaround. WDW guys had a great time on the seashore last week. Delicious, made to order omelet. I will agree with you there. And in fact, you know what I did? I went to the carving station. They were carving the ham. And so the dude, made me this beautiful omelet. I went and got the carving. I got myself 2 slices of bread, and I made a sandwich out of that. Holy crap. That was so good. Great pizza. And you're right, killer coffee. Oh my gosh. Absolutely killer coffee. MSC knows how to make coffee. The only cruise line that I thought made better coffee, Carnival. in the Havana bar. That Cuban coffee that Carnival makes. Oh, so good. So good. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, and you're going on Utopia next week. Have a great time, man. Noel, internet plans on Carnival. Yes, they have them. I mean, I did, let's see, we did a week on Carnival. I always do the upgrade because obviously I'm working on the ships. I know it sounds weird, right? But I have to be available to work. I usually work about 4 hours a day when I'm on a ship. And I don't really recall having any issues with the internet on Carnival. And most everybody has Starlink now. So, yes, Jenny B. See, MSC has the best coffee. Cubano coffee is good in the Havana bar. It is so good. If you're on a Carnival ship that has a Havana bar, go get coffee in the morning. It is so freaking good. Michael, how easy is it to get casino offers from Carnival and Royal? I don't know. I don't deal with those. But as we talked about earlier, people getting casino deals on those ships are most often paying more than the regular passengers. And Tony did a story about this on Lalita Loca on one of his lives. He was talking about it. And I talked about this earlier. I worked at Foxwoods Resort Casino. The house doesn't give anything away. The house gives nothing away. People who we were comping to stay in those, nice rooms, even a regular room, we're paying a lot more for those rooms than somebody who just simply booked the room. So if you want to save money on a cruise, getting casino comps isn't the way to do it because you're spending money in that casino and you're probably spending more money. I always love it when somebody's like, hey, I got a free cruise. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. But I don't know how easy and or hard it is because I don't. The one thing I learned working at Foxwoods is I don't need to play in a casino because you will never win. You will never, ever win. So
Not long term. Anyway.
Not long term, no. So, yeah. So, anyway, Audrey, hey, Audrey, oh my gosh, how are you? Audrey is like, if anybody lives in Buford area, Sugar Hill, I don't know where you are anymore, Audrey, but you were in Sugar Hill area, best hair cutter ever. She was my hair cutter. I don't know how long you cut my hair, Audrey, like 10 years, 12 years. Oh, I still miss you to this day. You were amazing. Swanee. Okay, so if you're in the Swanee, Georgia area, go ahead and put it in there, Audrey. What's the name of your place? Because if you're in the Swanee, Georgia area, you got to go to Audrey to get your hair cut. But yes, please do reach out. Please do reach out so we can book you on a cruise. Hey, Minnesota's here. Hi, Minnesota. How are you? Good to see you. Oh, there it is. So the name of Audrey's place is Grateful Head. So if anybody's watching this and you're in the Swanee, Georgia area, look up Grateful Heads, like the Grateful Dead, spelled the same way, but Grateful Heads. And Audrey is like the best hair cutter ever.
Pretty good at coloring too.
Yeah, amazing at coloring. And of course, amazing at dreads. She has the most amazing hair ever. You worked on Justin Bieber one time, I believe, right? Wasn't there like one time Justin Bieber had to come in and get his dreads taken care of? Wow. Yes. Now I'm way off. Oh, Audrey, I'm just so excited. Yes, I can't wait to talk to you. I cannot wait to talk to you again. We're going to have to do a video chat. Yes. Yay. Oh, Audrey's the best. Audrey's the best. Grateful Heads, y'all, in Swanee, Georgia. Have we cruised around Barcelona yet? We have not, Siggy, not yet. It's on the list. It's definitely on the list. We've sent a lot of our clients over there to cruise around Barcelona on all manner of ships too. We've done Royal Caribbean, we've done Norwegian, Oceania, Viking, Explora, Silver Sea. We booked people on everything, but not yet. That is coming. That is coming one of these days. Now, I like Emily's idea. What about a Disney group cruise? I could potentially see that.
They don't do groups.
Oh, that's right. They don't do groups, so it would be an informal group. Yeah, but again, it would be expensive. It would be expensive. I think if it was a Disney cruise, what we would probably do, Emily, because getting back to somebody who said, how about Star of the Seas? It would probably be something that, hey, we're going if you'd like to come with us, but there's no group rates on Disney. So, yeah.
No program at all.
Oh, my God. WDW guy worked at Foxwoods. Are you kidding me? Foxwoods Resort Casino up in Mashantucket, Connecticut. That's so awesome. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, oh, did I? I'm sorry, Michael. I didn't mean to. I was trying to hit something else. Sorry. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. No worries. I'll fix it after the show. Sorry about that. I was trying to hit something else. So sorry. I'll fix it for you. I accidentally blocked Michael on TikTok. I didn't mean to do it. So sorry about that. I'll fix it. Sarah, have we done the small group key lime bike tour on Key West? Oh, no, we have not. There's a key lime bike tour. So you eat key lime and then you ride the bike? Oh my God, that's a great idea. Huh?
You eat it while riding.
Yeah. Oh, you can eat it while riding too. Yeah. No. But we have done, since you brought up Key West, you got to go to DJ's Clam Shack. DJ's Clam Shack in Key West. Oh my God, so freaking good. So freaking good. And folks, I didn't even realize what time it was. It's 12:15. So it ends at a key lime pie shop. Great. So go to DJ's Clam Shack and then go get some key lime pie. Folks, we need to wrap this up because I have people to book on cruises, and I know I have meetings coming up. I'm trying to get this cleared. There we go. So I have meetings coming up. So hey, this Thursday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to have Expedia. They're going to be joining us over on the YouTube side. I'm going to put up some reminders real quick that Tony and Jenny are joining us. Lalita Loca are joining us on the Margaritaville at Sea group cruise. That is going to be sailing February 11th through the 17th, 2025 out of Tampa. We do still have space. So between myself and another agent, we have about 150 cabins total in our group. I don't know how many. I think we're getting close to halfway sold on them, somewhere around there. Yeah, we're getting close to halfway sold already. So if you want to come join us, there's going to be a Captain Val renewal. It's Valentine's Day on the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. It's going to be amazing. And Tony has offered to do a meet and greet. I don't know if he told Jenny B, but they're doing a meet and greet while we're on the ship. That's like me. Hey, we're doing a meet and greet. Hey, honey, come on. So if you want to join us, just reach out. Where's WalterTravel.com. And then we still have some space left on our Oceania Alaska cruise. Only 1,200 people on the ship. It's 12 nights out of Alaska, June 26th through July 8th. Huh?
Out of Seattle.
Seattle. What did I say? Out of Alaska. 12 nights out of Seattle, June 26th through July 8th, 2025. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We have some group space left on there. But the big thing with that one, Oceania is going to take our group space at some point, and once they take our group space, prices are going to go up by at least $1,000. Well, more like $2,200 because we have prepaid gratuities and a drink package upgrade included on the on that particular group cruise. So, guys, thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you, Jenny, for popping in. Really do appreciate. We appreciate all of your support. So wherever you guys are in this amazing world, have an awesome day, and we'll see you next Sunday right back here on Cruise Chat Live. Yay! Have a good day, everybody.